Good day to you all. Allow me to welcome you to our Old Mutual Personal Finance webinar. Thank you so much for taking the time out to be with us here today. We are recording live from our Old Mutual offices in One Mutual Place in Sandton. I want to ensure you that you'll be intrigued by all the wonderful and empowering stories we will be unpacking here today. So my name is Leona Matthias, and I am a talent acquisition specialist working for Old Mutual Personal Finance. I'm not alone here today. I'm joined by my beautiful panelists as well. Allow me to also share that Old Mutual has been in existence for 180 years. Sure to say that we are truly a certain friend in uncertain times. In today's webinar, we're going to unpack the role of a financial advisor. And what better way to hear about the role from financial advisors yourself? And you're asking yourself, how do I become a financial advisor? What you're going to do is you're going to see a QR code on the screen. You can scan the QR code at any given time. It will take you through to our Workday platform, which is our career portal, where you can just load your CV and you can apply and become a financial advisor as well. I'm going to hand over to my panel to introduce themselves to you, starting on my far left.
Good day to the panel. My name is Sarfaraz Khan. I'm an established advisor from the Central Region, Potchefstroom specifically. I have been with Old Mutual for the past 12 years and loving it all the way.
Thank you so much and welcome, Sarfaraz.
Good day, everyone. My name is Tadoesi. I'm a business manager at Old Mutual for the Central Region in Lichtenburg area. I've been with Old Mutual for 6 years.
Thank you so much, Tash, and welcome.
Good day, everyone. My name is Rianetse Motloung, and I'm a financial advisor at Old Mutual with just over 2 years of experience. My role is to basically help the individual and corporate clients to navigate the financial complexities and ultimately achieve their long-term security.
Thank you so much, Rianetse. Welcome.
Good day, everyone. My name is Portia Difoko. I am a regional manager based in Vanderbilt Park. I take care of Val Maluti, which consists of the Val Triangle and the Eastern Free State. And I have been with Old Mutual for the last 5 years.
Thank you so much, Portia. Welcome to you as well.
Thank you, Leona. My name is Lau Libbe. I'm a certified financial planner from Vanderbilt Park, from the Val Maluti area, from the Central Region, the maize capital of South Africa. And of Old Mutual's 180 years of existence, I've been here for the past 23 years.
23, it's my age, hey?
You wouldn't say.
You wouldn't say. Let's go straight into our questions. So, Rianetse, we often hear about the entrepreneurial spirit being fostered here at Old Mutual. Can you tell us what this means to you and how you found your purpose in the financial advice industry?
Right. My sentiment when it comes to the entrepreneurial spirit is that I firmly believe that for you to become a financial advisor, you need to embody that entrepreneurial spirit. Because if you are to dissect how we function, it would clearly take you to how entrepreneurs operate, which is us then identifying opportunities in clients' lifestyle. At the end of the day, we then create, problem solving that is creatively suiting their problem at the time. So at the end of the day, that is what we do. You need to act as a financial advisor. You need to become an entrepreneur and just identify and creatively solve.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, Leona, absolutely. I want to agree with Rianetse that the entrepreneurial blood must run very thick through your veins.
Yeah.
I'm a product from the banking industry that I came into the insurance industry, and later on you learn to become entrepreneur, or it gets developed at Old Mutual. But you need to love people, but entrepreneurial spirit needs to run through your veins very thickly.
Yeah, thank you so much for that one, Lau. So as a financial advisor, you wear many hats. So, Lau, as a financial advisor, it is inevitable that you build lifelong relationships with your clients. How do you think that your clients would best describe you?
Leona, hopefully as a friend, but as a partner, like in a partnership, 50-50 partnership. I need to know everything from the client. And as a financial advisor, you learn to know everything from the client, from his health background when it comes to life insurance. When you start doing estate planning, you need to know everything from the client's assets and his wealth. Clients will start to open up on family matters. Clients will open up on their kids' inheritance. What do they think they want to do? What do they want to avoid in the future? So definitely a partnership role for the rest of your life.
Yeah, sure. Safraz, how do you think your clients will best describe you?
Well, I would like them to, or at least I know they know me as a motivator. And if you look at the times we're currently in, I mean, these are tough times. And when we are in these troubled waters, people tend to get negative, especially our clients, panicking. And that's where we come in as financial advisors. We try and motivate them and make them positive and breathe the positivity in their plans as well. So I am a motivator to my clients.
Perfect, thanks so much. Leonette.
Right. Financial advising is clearly not only about, recommending those investments and risk products. I think for me, I would be the educator because you meet clients that have varying levels of financial literacy, and you have to then bring them up to your level by educating them that this is how we are going to go about it. If we go this route, these are the results. So most of the time I do educate, yeah.
Sure. Perfect. Thank you so much for that. Portia, if I can ask you, what does this career mean to you? But not only to you as well as your family.
Leona, for me, the career that I have in Old Mutual means a lot. Coming from the banking industry, like Lo, you tend to think that you know everything that is there to know about finance. But when you come here and you start working at Old Mutual, you get exposed to so many facets of financial planning, through doing estate planning, retirement planning, and all of that. And for me, that was something that really greatly made me want to learn more. And I went back and I finished my postgraduate in financial planning to make sure that I am able to advise clients that I come across better, and also I'm a better support for my team. And in all of this, for my family, what it meant is, as I was learning more about financial planning, I was also able to go back into my family and look at the structure of how we're doing our finances, and also go and make changes that were able to lift us from where we are and put us in a position where I know that tomorrow, should anything happen to me, my kids are set and I am able to do so much more for them. So that really is something that I can be very proud of in terms of what this career has done for me.
Thank you so much. If I can perhaps ask you, Tatu, what does this career mean to you and your family?
This career means a lot to me. It's very personal to me. It was a very personal journey for me to take. Coming into this financial industry, I knew nothing about financial literacy. So with the correct training and the correct development, I learned a lot about that. And what it meant for my family is that, in essence, if something were to happen to me, I know for a fact that they will be financially secure because I know now what is best for my family. And through that, my family also knows because I had to learn how to educate them with that sense.
Perfect. Shafraz, what does this role mean to you and your family?
Well, I must say, coming into Old Mutual 12 years ago, coming from a background of being a debt collector to a financial advisor, that has actually changed my life from ordinary to extraordinary. And I must say, with all the coaching tools that we have and all the workshops that we attend and the learning that's provided by Old Mutual, it really equips me to be the best that I can. And what's nice is that you can see the success stories and you can actually make difference in people's lives. And my wife actually is loving what I do, because when she meets somebody casually in the street and they tell her, listen, your husband has done wonders for us. And that's making it so my wife loves that totally.
Yeah.
So
Proud moments.
yes, absolutely. So I can say Old Mutual has given me this opportunity and I'm really grabbing it with both my hands.
Happy wife?
Happy wife, happy life.
Totally.
Right. For me, I think it would mean fulfilling my purpose, because waking up on a day to day and going to transform a life is incredibly rewarding. And if I were to look at it in an aspect of my family, this job, if I can so put it, or function, has then provided quite good stability and comfort for them. And perhaps more importantly, it also allows me to demonstrate the power or the value of hard work and helping other people. As at home, we often speak about the responsibility of financial planning and everything. I get to be that example for them to say, look at me, this is how we go about this route. And it's quite a precious moment, honestly.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that. So Ranetse, you came from the academy space, so you're fairly new within Old Mutual as well. Can you tell us what has Old Mutual offered to help you grow?
Right. Old Mutual has a very comprehensive training program that we go through. Now, we exist in a highly regulated industry, but Old Mutual makes it a point that we become fit and proper to go serve our clients. Because at the end of the day, we can't pour into their cups if we are not being poured into ourselves by Old Mutual. Right. So that whole journey then encompasses a program of mentorship. And if we would look at mentorship in a sense, we would see that mentorship is all about advising and guiding, or getting guidance from the established people that are ahead of us. But the magical moment of the mentorship we receive in that academic program is that it's the mentorship that allows us, to unleash our potential. At the end of the day, we are able to go out there and fish for ourselves, whereas we are not being, given the fish by all the mentors we encounter. So the support is really there, and it's there 24/7.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that. So being a financial advisor, you have the opportunity to make a real difference in people's lives by providing them with personalized financial guidance and solutions. So Old Mutual's purpose is to help our customers thrive by enabling them to achieve their lifetime financial goals. And I always thought that financial freedom means that you're debt-free. Renitza, if you can perhaps tell us, what do you think financial freedom means to your clients?
Well, financial freedom is quite a broad concept, but I would try to break it down and bring it to what we see as financial freedom as financial advisors. And that would be helping the client realize their financial goals. Because sometimes the client has a goal, you need a financial advisor to realize the goal. So at the end of the day, realizing the goal would then mean that we help them to ease through their expenses. And that means living life on your terms. Because at the end of the day, if you are to live life on your expenses terms, then, it's quite hard to get through the day. But with the help of the financial advisor, then you know that this guy is going to make things, very easy for me.
Yep. No.
Yeah, I agree fully with Rianetse, but I think it's normal that people think that financial freedom means becoming debt-free, and that's everybody's dream is to become debt-free. But if I look in practice on a daily basis, when I do retirement planning, post-retirement planning, when I do estate planning, it's so much aspects that people are missing, especially when it comes to an estate where there's not enough liquidity. And we'll speak about it a bit later, but liquidity means, is there enough cash that can pay for the expenses when it comes to winding up an estate? And it's not just executive fees. All of a sudden, capital gains tax becomes an issue, estate duty becomes an issue, and that's where you see assets have to be sold. So people thought they're going to inherit a farm or a building or a property, and that needs to be sold now to create capital in this estate. And that's disastrous. People think that they can retire with more money, and all of a sudden you need to take more cash from the retirement funds to pay off debt, to go debt-free into retirement, and that also poses a problem. So it's not just that dream holiday every 3 years, or that vehicle that you want to save for, or sending your child to university. It's much more than that, and the attention is literally in the detail when it comes to estate planning to become financially free there, that you can transfer generational wealth.
Sure. Anybody else would like to add on to that?
I try and teach my clients that financial freedom is not something that is inherited. It has to be achieved. Yeah. So I find it that if we can start off with a plan, teaching our clients how to plan for this. So, because they need to first of all know what is a need and what is a want. So I go on by explaining to them, a need is something like paying your water and lights bill or buying groceries for the family. And your want is something that is like buying a Ferrari impulsively. and that could put you into financial difficulty. So if they can stick to the 5 Ps, which I've learned, proper planning prevents poor performance. So if they do that, they will be able to achieve financial freedom.
Thank you so much for that.
Leon, just on that subject as well, what I would like to say is that in terms of financial freedom, what we at Old Mutual also do is that we're not only, we're not only having these programs where financial planners are going out and talking to our customers about financial freedom, but we also have financial wellness programs internally that are focused on our staff and making sure that the Old Mutual staff are also able to achieve their own financial freedom, whatever it means to them. So we've got these financial programs that we do with our people and also customers. Apart from what financial advisors are doing with the customers, we've also got our websites where people can go, things like Moneyversity, where people can go and they can go through our modules where they learn about budgeting, saving, debt consolidation, all of those things to allow them to navigate their finances in such a way that they will be able to be financially free and achieve their financial goals. And our staff, through our financial wellness, are then taught to also, navigate their own things. Remember, as much as they are financial advisors, they're human too. They've got all the problems that come with being human. And if we assist them to navigate their own thing objectively, they are also able to then be stress-free to be able to be better to serve our customers.
So not only do we take care of our clients, we also take care of our employees.
That is correct.
Thank you so much for that.
And just to latch on to what Portia is saying, sitting down with a client and giving holistic advice and then allowing a client to reach their financial goals is the greatest reward there is. And speaking of rewards, as Portia was saying, that is reward sign up that is free of charge to the client, allows you to go into a platform like Old Mutual Rewards to look into your profile, to look at Moneyversity's budgeting, savings calculator, which all of these things add value to the client. So for me, just a client having these products in place and them moving up a tier, them taking initiative and actually going into the savings calculator and see how much they actually can save in today's money, it's also part of holistic advice, so which is beneficial to the client as well.
Leona, I just want to latch on there to start to with the rewards program. It's literally clients getting money for just committing to their premiums and paying their premiums. And the more the spread of the products that you're holding, the higher your tiers. I've got a company director as a client and is in the real high affluent income space in South Africa. And he tells me that every December he uses his rewards for buying Christmas presents. And you would think that, listen, you've got enough money to pay for that from somewhere else, but he's absolutely monitoring his rewards points that he's getting for free and to pay for Christmas presents.
Brilliant.
It's amazing that you say that, Lo. I just had a client phone me last week and he wanted to draw money from his unit trust. And I actually showed him that in his rewards, he had enough money to buy 3 tickets to Dubai.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, wonderful. Absolutely for free.
Yeah.
So we're saying Old Mutual Rewards does the running for you. We don't have to do the running ourselves.
Yeah. You do what is necessary every day, and Old Mutual helps you take care of your wants.
Perfect, perfect. So Safras, can you give us an example of where you've helped allow a client to achieve their financial goals and how did that make you feel?
Leona, that's a very nice question because you know what, having years of experience behind us, and I can relate to quite a few clients. And this particular client was referred to me by a dentist, and he was also a dentist and just started in his career. And having the conversation with him, I asked him, is there any particular goals that you would want to achieve and where would you see yourself in the next couple of years? And he said, you know what, I'm not just satisfied being a dentist. I want to specialize. And I need a plan. And we looked at his portfolio, nothing much to shout about. Thereafter, we went ahead and said, okay, this is going to be the time frames where we're going to achieve certain things. And he also mentioned that his dad was just a working class guy, so he couldn't rely on his dad paying for his speciality. Thus, our plan was put into motion. After that, a few years later, he was already busy with his cause. We had funds available for him, and he was going ahead and specializing. Thereafter, when he did specialize, the amazing part is that we had so much actually done for him that he could actually buy a share into his practice that he currently owns. So that is one of the things he's achieved, and today he is now a prosthodontist, not just a dentist.
Wow.
Story.
Yeah, Leona, I want to latch on to that. We've got so many stories, but one that stands out for me in my practice, about 18 years back, I did bond cover for a client. The client was referred to me to get bond cover. The couple, husband and wife, just recently bought a small holding, and I did all the benefits, Rolls-Royce benefits, death benefit, disability, severe illness. And the policy was about 6 years old, and the client went onto a Karoo motorbike tour. And he had an accident, slow speed, that's actually terrifying, slow speed, broke his right leg below the knee. He had surgery done, and after about, he got steel pins put in his leg. And after about 8 months, the orthopedic surgeon came back and said, listen, that bone on the bottom side is deteriorating. There's no blood flow anymore. We'll have to amputate. Surgeon amputated his leg. Client called me and said, listen, this happened, and our disability benefit paid out, and he could settle his bond. To put it further, what happened here is amazing. He then started to develop other health issues because of the amputation. He developed blood clots, and he had a lung embolism, and our severe illness benefit paid out. And within a year or two after the disability claim that we paid out. And sadly, about 4 years back, the client passed away in his sleep, and we paid out the death benefit as well. So the whole policy from disability, severe illness, death benefit paid out. But at that time, his children was unemployed, so they could hang on to the house. They had a roof over their head because there was money that the cost can be covered, as well as the property was paid for. So that's a wonderful story.
Real life story. Amazing.
Yeah.
So, Portia, Old Mutual has embarked on many corporate initiatives. How have you seen this impact the communities that you are a part of?
Leona, like you're saying, there's a lot of corporate initiatives that we do, but there is one specifically that I would like to refer to in terms of the impact that I believe it had on the community and the impact that it had on me personally. I come from, my hometown is a small town called Jagersfontein in the Free State, and in September 2022, it was impacted by, a dam, a mine dam that broke, and the wall broke, and it was just splashing all over the town, and a lot of people lost their houses. A lot of houses were demolished in that disaster, and some were, they were damaged. I personally had family, that lost their homes, and myself as well. I have a house in Jagersfontein that was left to me by my mother, and it was also damaged in that. So in 2023, Old Mutual, as part of the International Day of Disaster Reduction, went to Jagersfontein as to kind of bring some form of relief and help to the community in Jagersfontein. They became part of that, and what I liked the most about that is that Old Mutual did not just send a check. The staff physically went there and were part of the people that were there. They interacted with the community and everybody that was there. This was done through the Free State PMB, of which I'm a part of. Unfortunately, I couldn't go because I was injured at the time. But it was something that meant so much to me to see the organization that I work for being there in the trenches, and to see your family saying, hey, I saw your colleagues here. It was very, very a big thing for me, and it was something that I was very proud of.
Sure. What a great brand to be part of. I believe if you are listening online, something that someone is saying should resonate with you. And if that is the case, I want to remind you, there's a QR code on the screen. Please click on that QR code and go and apply. And you can also share a story like this in the future. Now, moving right along, so here at Old Mutual, Ranete, we have what we call the Advisory Academy program, right? Can you just share, because you came to the program, can you share how this program works?
Right. So, like I did say, Old Mutual makes sure that we go through the proper channels to be able to go pour into our clients. What they do is that there's a coursework of 9 months that they've set out for us, where we learn everything we need to learn about the business. And the functions that we do also need some sort of accreditation. You can't just function without an accreditation. So during the period of 9 months, you attain all the accreditation that is needed for you to then qualify as a fit and proper advisor, so that you can go serve your clients with integrity that Old Mutual holds. So that is a program that we go through, and then finally you then transition into, a much more established advisor. But the main thing is that they take your hand and they teach you how to walk this journey. And when you're finally fit and ready to walk, they let you go and walk into the field. Yeah.
Excellent.
Leonie, from a management point of view, the curriculum is designed in such a way that it guides our financial advisors. Like he said, remember, when we are here to serve our customers. Yeah. We are here to help them realize their financial goals. That is something that is so very key and so very important. So we cannot be allowing mistakes to happen on that end, because that could mean a disaster for another person or a family. So it is very important for us that that program is followed. So the RAM structure that we have also designed follows that. As our financial advisors are going through the program, they are doing the training, and in the beginning, the RAM is structured that you get paid to learn, and you get paid to learn these skills that will eventually pay you. So when you are done with the academy program, you now have skills that you are able to use, and you are able to earn money with the skills. But we also know and have the comfort that whoever it is that we are taking out and we are saying, you have now graduated, you are a full-fledged financial advisor, we know that they have the knowledge, because our managers like Tato, our BM, they go with these people, they go with their advisors, they co-attend with them as they are having their first meetings with client, to listen, to say, are they applying what they have learned? They co-attend with them with their meetings, they listen to them as they are talking to the clients on the phone, to ensure that everything that has been taught is implemented correctly, so that they can be able to make those corrections while they are still learning. So that is what is most powerful about the curriculum.
Sure, there's a lot of support here.
Lot of support.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that. So the role of a financial advisor has flexibility, and it allows one to manage your own practice, and it also allows one to have a work-life balance. So if I can perhaps ask you, Lo, can you tell us about the support that Old Mutual continues to offer you on your journey in becoming successful as a financial advisor?
Absolutely. And I'm latching on to what Rianette is saying about the academy model that put you through for 9 months. And it's definitely not then that Old Mutual leaves you to the big wide open ocean. Yeah. There's pilots and coaches with you all the time. And I want people to think of it as you're a player on the field, but you've got an entire coaching staff on the bench. You've got the head coach shouting instructions from you in a business manager role. You've got product specialist in the same role in the sporting industry as fitness coaches, diet coaches, forwards coaches, backs coaches, technical people, strength coaches. And you've got these people that latch onto you with your journey. And the further you go, where I am now after 23 years, and you go the route of getting support from your legal advisors. And that's critical. In a space where we move in the central region, in the agricultural market especially, with a lot of complex estate plans, family-owned businesses, carrying over generational wealth. It's not a normal thing that you pass every day, but it's so crucial to sit down with a family that's got a farm that's been in the family for 80 years plus. And it breaks your heart to see that farms needs to be sold to raise capital. It goes to my previous comment of liquidity that lacks in the family's planning. And you get coaches and legal advisors that backs you on those appointments with the farmers in the agricultural market.
Sure. Shafraz, if I can perhaps ask you, what is the flexibility that you have working as a financial advisor here at Old Mutual?
Being a financial advisor has the one biggest perk that you can literally work from your boot of your car. So you don't have to necessarily be office bound or behind a desk all the time. You can be, like I have clients all over the country, whether it's in the Cape, whether it's in the Eastern Cape, or KZN, or Polokwane. We have clients all over, even though I'm based in central South Africa. So it gives us the flexibility to at least reach out to do more than what we are able to do.
Definitely.
And there's another thing. If you can remember when COVID hit, I think the flexibility became even much better with Old Mutual. You know, with all the new technologies coming into play, and Old Mutual gave us the tools. I must say that that year of COVID was actually one of my best years of my career.
Sure. So I'm hearing that there's not really an 8 to 5 here, as well as that you are not limited to your own space. You are free to work everywhere else.
That is correct, Leonie. If I could just count on one finger, I wouldn't be able, on one hand, I wouldn't be able to, the number of times that he calls me or sends me a WhatsApp and say, I've just landed somewhere, I've landed in George, I've landed in Cape Town. He likes to send me those WhatsApps. So even last week, you know, as we were, you know, sitting in the office, I get a WhatsApp, I've just landed, and I even forgot where he was. And it's like, yeah, I'm in Cape Town this week doing annual reviews. So that's the flexibility from a working environment point of view that financial planners have, but that also comes with a lot of planning that they need to do, because in order for you to be everywhere to meet your clients doesn't mean that everything else doesn't still happen. So there's planning that needs to go into that, and that is what Lo, I believe, is also very good at, and that he can take forward.
Yeah, look, if you can just tell us how you've learned to plan and organize your day, because you're an established financial advisor.
Yeah, when you have a practice after a couple of years, look, the 6-point financial planning process that we need to adhere to, the very last point, the 6th point, is review that plan. And my whole process starts with the review. So when my staff and I start the year off, we know exactly of all the annual reviews that needs to be done. Income reviews for clients, you can't miss on those, it's crucial. Contract reviews, and then client birthdays that you just want to remind them of as well. But the annual review process is a map for 12 months. You can't miss it. So if I've done business and conducted business with you May last year, you'll probably see me May next year as well. And from there on, it will be an annual thing.
Yeah. Just to latch on what Lo is saying in terms of planning and organizing, also with us as business managers on interview stage with our candidates, when we ask those questions, it's very important for us to actually recognize that the candidate is actually taking time management into consideration and plans their diaries accordingly, from the most important to the least important. And even in our co-attendance that we do with the advisors, we make sure that they set time apart in their diaries to allow themselves to even prepare before the co-attendance, so that they know how to present themselves when they see the client.
Planning is important.
Plan is important.
Thank you so much for that. So Old Mutual's group strategy is built on writing Africa's story together. How are you writing your next chapter, Tato? What would you like to be known for? Your legacy?
So I would like to be known for the person that came in and did not know anything, but now has gained the knowledge to pass on to the next person. The person who never gave up, who always pushed forward no matter what. And fortunately enough for me, I had a manager who was always behind me, who always supported me in whatever I wanted to do. And we sat down and we could strategize. So for me, passing that on to the next advisor would also allow me to leave a positive impact in that advisor's life. And it's sort of like, how do I put it? Sort of like a boat that just keeps on moving and moving and moving. So it never stops. You train one person, that
They will
person
train the
trains the
next.
next person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Renette, your legacy.
Right. As a financial advisor, I think for me it's crucial to consistently deliver impactful results in my clients' lives, because we wake up every day to basically transform a life. And I would like to be known as the guy that would leave an impact in a life.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's possible to have results that are not impactful. It's just like having stress, busy on a rocking chair, going nowhere, right? But I want to be that guy, to be known for impactful, consistent results in my clients' lives.
Sure. Sure. Portia, your legacy, what would you like to be known for?
Leona, for me, I mean, almost everybody who knows me knows that I value education, and I really love it when people are learning and they are developing and they're getting better at what they do. And for me, my legacy, I would love it to be, when people think of me, they must think of that person that helped them to be the best that they can be. Because in my space, when you are in my space, I do not allow people to not appreciate what is in front of them. I always want people to be learning. I love it when people are asking me questions because that is an opportunity for me to pour into them. So I would love it to be remembered as that person that always taught us to be better. And when people want to give up, they will just think, if Portia was here, she wouldn't allow us to do that.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you for that, Portia. Safraz, your legacy, how would you like people to know you?
I would like to leave a legacy where I become a household name synonymous to Old Mutual. And the people must remember me for the values of Old Mutual, which is honesty and integrity. And once you have those values, the sky is the limit what you can do.
Sure. Thank you so much. Lo, can I end with you on that one?
Leona, yeah, the one word that pops up for me leaving a legacy is stewardship. I would love to be remembered for being a good steward. Like farmers, farmers got this point of view that it's not their land, it comes from generations before, and it needs to be protected and preserved for generations thereafter. And if you look up stewardship, it's literally leaving something in a better position than you received it before. So when I meet clients, that's my first point and goal, is to leave them in a better position than they've been when they met before. And yeah, it's stewardship all the way for me.
Sure. I want to ask the closing question. I think there's listeners sitting there, some of them thinking, oh, should I take on this career? Some of them being unsure of wanting to become a financial advisor. So my question to the panel is, what advice can you give to anyone that doesn't know about this career, but is still interested in the field and wants to join this industry?
Leona, what I can say to someone that is out there, thinking, should I do this, should I not? Nobody comes, not really a lot of people came into this industry knowing everything. Yeah. But the curriculum that we have already discussed, is designed in such a way that it will enable you to be able to do what we do every day. It is up to you to take on what you are being taught and to make the best of it. So if you are somebody that is passionate about people, if you are somebody that is open-minded, that has a great attitude, you can definitely make it in this industry. You have to have that mindset of people first, because over and above everything that we do, we are here to serve our customers. Lo already said that we need to leave people in a better position than what we found them. We have compassion. We need to have compassion. We need to have a love for what we do. Because as financial advisors, once you are in the space, you are going to find yourself sometimes getting to know clients intimately, in that they will be sharing their innermost things about themselves. You are going to sometimes be in a position where you are going through difficult clients, or you are going through difficult times with clients, and that compassion and the passion for people will be what drives you. But don't doubt that where you are not enough. We will make you enough, and you will be able to do this.
Sure. Powerful. Thank you for that.
Yeah, just to add on to what Portia is saying, you need to come in with a teachable spirit.
Yeah.
And like Portia said, be open-minded. This thing is basically a calling for most of the people that are sitting here. And just having that positive impact on the client makes the big difference. Be able to learn a lot and be able to grow within the business. There's a lot of endless opportunities coming into this industry. And like myself, starting off as a financial advisor and being where I am now as a business manager, you can actually see that with Old Mutual, there's endless possibilities.
Thank you for that.
Right, just to touch on the sentiment, I would just love to say to someone who wants to come into the industry that what we do is based on your attitude. And your attitude will definitely then determine your altitude in this business. So if you keep up a good attitude in what we do, you become client-centric, you know, a little bit of education here and there. At the end of the day, you will fly like an eagle.
Yeah, sure.
You will fly.
And can I come in there as well? You know, part of giving advice, from an advice perspective, we need to be listening to the client. And if we don't listen well, you'll miss the opportunity. So it's very important to be a good listener to your client's needs so that you can apply the correct solution for them.
Good qualities. Hello?
Yeah, look, Leona, it's going to be the highest paid, hard-working job that you're going to enter to in your whole life, or the lowest paid, easy working job. And people need to see that. They need to understand, if I come in here, I get the opportunity to build a business through my practice that I don't need backup capital. Old Mutual is going to provide the training for me. They're going to provide the coaching for me and pave the way for me to do this. I just need to show up every day. Portia used to have a saying of showing up every day. But you just need to show up every day. Be teachable, be coachable, and you're going to fly. That's absolute.
Thank you so much. You get what you put in. Thank you so much. So allow me to reflect on a few points made here today. Number one, as a financial advisor, you have entrepreneurial freedom and growth opportunities to build a successful career. Secondly, the role comes with flexibility to manage your career and achieve a work-life balance as well. Very important, as a financial advisor, you have the ability in making a positive impact in clients' lives. When joining as a financial advisor in the personal finance segment, you get comprehensive support through our academy program as well. So great points, great discussions that happened here today. We have unfortunately come to the end of this empowering session. I want to thank you, our viewers, for taking the time to be with us here today. And then I want to thank our panelists. Thank you so very much for being here and sharing your empowering stories. So Rianette, can you tell our viewers how they can apply to become a financial advisor here at Old Mutual Personal Finance?
Right. There's a QR code on our screen which they can scan, and it will take them straight to our career portal where they can see all the financial advisory vacancies.
So there you have it. Don't hesitate. Please scan that QR code and go through to our career portal called Workday, where it will ask you to upload your CV as well as your ID. Then one of our talent team will be in contact, and then you can also become a financial advisor here at Old Mutual Personal Finance.